tracking milestones of an incredible journey spanning 30 years. Rahman Music Sheets. A.R. Rahman and Ram Gopal Varma worked together on only 2 films, Rangeela and Daud. Both films had iconic soundtracks. Till now, on Rahman Music Sheets, we featured Ram Gopal Varma talking about Rahman, his music and their association. If you missed these episodes, find their links in the description. Now, we take you to the other side of the table, the maestro himself, about Ram Gopal Varma.
I met Ram Gopal Varma, who's a very celebrated director and who was taking a completely U-turn. He was doing, Gunda films and underground movies, and suddenly he wants to do this romantic movie, and so he was very excited. He would get excited by every little sound, and somewhere we were all discovering things. I met Mehboob, again a very inspiring writer, so we all 3 of us would jam together, and then when I started doing the first song, I felt it was going in the wrong line. It was going somewhere which it shouldn't. And then we recorded a song and we bounced it, all of us together, and then started again in a completely new route. And that's what the first song was, Tanha Tanha, which completely put us into the zone which Rangeela had. Moving towards the next sound of what film songs could be, because using more electronic rhythms and other things, and yet having a rooted Indian kind of melodies against that. And though Roja was a hit and a lot of people knew me in North India, this was a whole new feeling. It went to the next level.
And for Tanha Tanha, you got Asha Bhosle ji to sing for you?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was a very interesting experience. I would normally light up an agarbatti in my vocal room, or like dhoop. And so Asha ji came in and we wished each other. She learned the song and she went to the vocal room and started running away. And I was like shocked. Why is she running away from? I said, "Oh, the smoke will spoil my voice. Please take it off." So I had to literally take the, vacuum the smoke out and the dhoop. But it was such an iconic song. Because of her, it reached even more higher heights.
Besides Asha Bhosle, Rangeela had established singers like Udit Narayan, Kavita Krishnamurthy, Chitra and Suresh Wadekar. It also had Shweta Shetty, a pop singer who had earlier sung for Roja, along with Baba Sehgal, a rapper. In Roja, Rahman also introduced ghazal singer Hariharan into film music. Even later, Rahman opted for many new and unusual voices. One wonders what drives Rahman's choice of singers.
I think the pressure of sitting in a big studio with big producers and the entourage of 70 orchestra people and trying to convince in front of them was not necessary for me, because I had my own home studio. And because of that, I could be more true to my music. I could say, okay, my music demands this kind of singer. I don't care whether it's a name or no name. If she delivers or if he delivers, that's fine. And it didn't come consciously, it came unconsciously for me. Like, it was not like, oh, here I'm going to introduce another singer. It was never like that. I said, this feels very good. And I would play it by people and say, oh, this sounds very new, what is it? They don't care who sang. That's it's not a natural reaction that comes later. The strings attached always come to that. So when I was doing, and of course, with all due respect to singers like who were incredible, who could sing 10 songs a day, like SPBG and Janaki ji and Sushila ji and all, I would always want to give the best songs to them when it comes to writing songs for them. So I would wait for those songs and then call them, so they feel I don't know, it's my kind of tribute to them.
When you started composing film music, they were stalwarts. They were ruling the roost. They had virtually done every genre of music. In such a situation, how challenging it was to find your own identity and your own place.
I never thought like that. I was I had a very strange, I told you I was in a zone which was very surrendering zone spiritually, and so for me it was not about competition at all. And in a way I was subtly thinking myself that this may be the last movie. So let's enjoy doing that, and that's it, goodbye. And seriously, I was just thinking that this is the last movie. Let's do it and then forget it. And when it released, things changed. People started loving you. I think it's like a universal secret that when you start renouncing something, it comes behind you. And that's what happens, because I was in films, and I thought I should move over to something else, like doing a private thing or becoming a jazz musician or many other things. But I didn't. There was so much of advantages being in film industry because of the money put in, the kind of results you get through when something works out, and the exposure. So I did change myself a bit. I did take that little small step in converting all my ideas into film ideas as film songs. So it could reach to people, and not just 500 people hearing it, but probably 5 lakh people hearing it. And still sometimes it's rebellious. Sometimes you feel that it doesn't gel with the movie because they are experimental in a way. And if sometimes the team is really good, it really gels and it becomes unique. So both things happen. Either it reaches a very top level, or it is just thrown off.
And your interpretation of Hi Rama, which was supposed to be an erotic song, was unique. Those days we were used to I Love You from Mr. India, but the song you presented was very different.
If you look at the roots of our culture, if you look at many things in the past, even Hindu mythology or going back to the ancient sound, it's always about ragas, and there's a rag for each emotion, and that's a base of foundation of a music. And somewhere when that is lost and you do a song just for the sake of it with cheesy lyrics, it becomes too crass and it becomes unhealthy for me. And so I was trying to find a way to make this interesting and rooted to our culture. And somewhere I was very confident that it's going to work. And when he listened to the tune, he really liked it. And when we produced it, I could just see him discover every little scene or every little shot. He was constantly walking over the studio like a restless person.
Rangeela ensured that Rahman's arrival was well noticed in Hindi cinema. Next milestone in Rahman's career would establish him as a pan-India youth icon. It is India's largest selling non-film album till date, Vande Mataram, released to coincide with 50 years of India's independence. To share the story of Vande Mataram, its writer, Mehboob, joins us in our next episode. In fact, Mehboob had also written songs of Rangeela. Stay with us. Rahman Music Sheets will continue to track his incredible journey to superstardom, connecting you with his creative partners, also engaging with musicians he inspired. If you have reinterpreted or recreated Rahman's music, share your videos. If selected, you will get featured on Rahman Music Sheets. To submit your videos, log on to our website o2india.com.